Hi! I recently taught a stringing lesson to a student 2 days ago, and I invited her back to do a follow-up stringing to see if she could remember everything she learned. So let's meet this up-and-coming racket stringer. All right, so I have Kira here, and it's nice that you came back for this follow-up. So Kira, how old are you and where are you from? And maybe just tell us your tennis background.
I'm 15 and I'm from Oklahoma. I started playing tennis when I was 7 and I play USTA tournaments and I play with OKC Elite Tennis Academy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So here's a question. Why did you want to learn how to string?
I wanted to learn how to string so I could string my own racket and so I could string other people's rackets if I get the job at the tennis center.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully after this lesson you will get the job.
Hopefully, yeah.
All right. So the goal today is for her to string a racket on her own. I'll be here to help if she needs help, and she might be a little nervous because she's on video, but I'm gonna let her go at it, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, that's good how you're holding it with your right hand, and then you just kind of bring this side in first until it touches the frame. And then now you can kind of, yeah, do it that way. Yeah. Because you want to make sure that both lengths are the same.
The same.
Yeah. So you gotta match them up. Yeah. Match them. Yeah. And then there's a chance it might get tangled along the way, so you just gotta watch that and just untangle it. There you go. Yeah. And then you gotta grab that starting clamp. Yeah.
So yeah, the starting.
So I put everything you need in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Yeah. So I don't know if you remember me telling you this, but when you run this string through the throat area, and
I go to the bottom.
yeah, and it's only going to be on these first 3 or 4 strings, yeah, because after that you don't have to deal with this throat.
Do I have to let go of this or is
No,
this? Okay, yeah,
you definitely don't want to let that go.
Yeah.
That's going to destroy what you just did, and you have to start it over. Do you remember me telling you how much overlap you should go from one side to the other?
1.
Oh, very good. So you can actually go one more, yeah. One more, because now that you got two here, you can actually, yeah. What happened?
That did not tighten. Because I clamped it and then I released it and it like went back.
Okay, yeah. So you released it before you clamped it?
Well, no, I clamped it. It's just it didn't.
It sounds pretty loose though. Oh, you know what? You didn't lock the base.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so when you don't do that, it's gonna move. So that would.
Oh my gosh. Did it mess up?
Oh, that is actually. I mean, listen to that and.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably did the same thing again. All right, we gotta do it again. Sorry.
Oh my. The whole.
Yeah, because it's gonna, like, one side is gonna be tight and the other side is gonna be loose, and actually you can continue from here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just watch you more. So.
It's always just the clamp.
Yeah, the bottom.
Yeah.
So like when you pull that string.
I got like an angle,
Well,
right?
no, I mean you
Like
gotta hold it straight, but you actually gotta hold the grommet in.
Oh, so it doesn't like.
Yeah,
slip.
I mean it's not gonna do it now because it's already been strung, but just so you ever string a new racket, yeah, you wanna make sure you pay attention.
Should I hold it now?
Yeah,
Okay.
just to practice, but just kind of hold it in.
Do I press the knot button on this one too?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Very good. Yep. See if you remember how to do this knot. Yep.
And then I go over.
Yeah. Very
go
good.
through.
just
go through.
no, just hand tighten it because you want to get that knot kind of small, but just enough so that there's room for that.
Room.
There's a space too.
Okay.
Because your next one will have to go in that little
know.
space, right? So do exactly the same, but then send it through that hole. Yeah, from underneath. Yep,
Yeah,
there you go.
under.
Okay, so you can't tighten it yet.
Oh, wait, I can't tighten it yet.
Yeah. So you got to leave enough room for that starting clamp to fit in, which is about this much, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember which side to tighten first,
This
right?
one, right?
Yep, yep.
Oh.
Now if you can put your hand under it. Here, let me.
Under it, like this.
Yeah.
So I don't whack myself in the
Just don't squeeze the handles.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. So what you want to do is pull up on it with your right hand
Mm-hmm.
and then release the clamp with your left hand. Yep, there you go. Now you can let go.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. You always start from the top.
Yeah.
And do you remember how far down you go? Because
It's the third one, right?
yeah, so it's the third one. But because you're gonna weave towards you, you should put the string in from this side because when you weave it, you want to pull it towards you instead of putting it here. And yeah, so you just look across and go 1, 2, 3, and then put it in.
Does it matter if I start on the bottom or, like, do I start going like that and then?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you
Does
can
it
go.
not matter?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't have you do this yesterday. I did this part for you.
Know.
So, but you kind of do it the same way. Yeah, you pull it across. You're gonna create the loop.
My loop.
Yeah. So what you can do is, the loop you can actually form it. So you went across, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just bend it right here. Well, you don't,
Oh.
and then you just, there's the loop right there, yeah?
Okay.
There you go. So you can start
I
going
have-
over, under, over.
Oh, this is the hard part. It has to go over.
Well,
On
this
the
went
left.
over, so.
Oh, so it goes under?
Yeah, so if you end up
Okay.
under, there's a good chance you did it correct.
Yeah.
I mean, we can just double check. Okay, wait. Oh no, right here. Okay, there's a mistake there and a mistake here. So if you make two mistakes, then it's gonna seem like it's correct.
Correct. Oh, okay. I
Yes.
was like, okay.
Okay, so let's just take that and just restart. You can just,
Do I just?
yeah, just do the whole thing
Yeah,
over.
okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, it did end up under, so that's a good sign. Let's just double check. Yep, you're good. Okay, so this string might be really hard to weave, to be honest. You might have to do that thing where I showed you,
The
like
one
how
by
you do
one.
one at a time. So you're doing it one at a time, but you're actually still using the loop by just putting that
Oh.
loop in and then you pull it through. So you just stick the loop down and pull it. Oh, wait, this is, see, that was already wrong because see how this is over and then this is going to be over?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's in line. Oh. Okay,
Yeah, so you
it's
cannot,
I was basing it off of
No,
this string.
yeah,
But I
if-
remember it's off of the string that every.
Exactly, yeah, yeah. So let's see. So yeah, you're just gonna use this loop and then pull this through like that.
Okay.
Yep, just pull it through. Just gotta get it through that space. All right, so this is a part that you just need enough string to reach the tension head,
Oh.
but you don't want too much because otherwise you might not have enough string to reach the end. So you just want to make this part just enough so, and then you're gonna use that starting clamp, the red one, and you just put it on the outside of the frame. And you want to just make sure that it's, you know, where the eyes are. Yep, about there. Yeah, that's good. And that's going to hold a string for this first pull.
Okay.
So, and it's going to be pulling here. from here on, yeah, you should
Now I have to
definitely
do right
kind of,
there.
yeah, because if you just pull it straight, it's gonna create a notch right there. All right, so that's the one you're gonna leave untensioned. So from now on, the weave should be easier, because
Okay.
remember, yeah, you always want to leave one untensioned, and then you can weave it,
Okay.
and then pull. Yeah. So this is where you. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, you're doing it. Bro.
Okay.
Yeah. The main one to make sure that it's straight is the one you're about to tension. So after you get it into there with your right hand, then you bring your left hand over and you just really make sure that stays straight as it's, yeah, there you go.
Okay.
And to make it easier for you, I'll just, maybe just tie this off when you reach the end.
This? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would do it right now, but I think it's probably easier for you not to have to remember that right now. Yeah, so the goal is to try to get it so it's straight as you're doing the crosses. I mean, there's kind of, if you look at this, there's kind of a big gap over here, so that wasn't held very straight. And, yeah, so I'm gonna do the next two. So right now I'm trying to teach you how to just pull the whole length and then just, but when you're pulling it, as much as possible, you're trying to actually pull this side.
Because the string is loose or like.
Yeah, there's not as much drag. I mean, if you pull this side, it's like you're fighting the entire length, but this side is shorter. But as you get better, I mean, you should be, what I do is I just go like 1, 2, and that's all I need. Because what I'm doing is, because I guess my fingers are stronger, I can actually pull that. I can pull that side, but that would be the next level when you can start getting your weaving down a little bit. And the other thing I'm doing is I'm not letting go of this tip, but that's going to take a lot of practice because right now you just want to deal with what you have to deal with, and it's easier just to let it go.
Yeah.
And not have to hold anything. But all right. So going back to how you're doing it, so you're pulling the length, but if you put this tail, this loose end, always this side, I think it's going to be easier for you to, so, because when you're coming back this way, the tail was on the inside, on this side, but I think it's going to be easier if you just keep it on the side facing the grip. All right, you can do the next couple. Go.
Oh wait.
Yeah, put it on that. Keep it away from the other string. But that's the part that's going to take the most practice, is just getting your weaving down to. Oh, that was straight.
Yeah.
Because if it's crooked and you pull it, it does tend to affect the tension. Yeah, it won't be as tight. Let me see how much string you got there. I mean, it looks like you're gonna barely have enough. So 1, 2, yeah, okay. Yeah, so you're not gonna be able to leave that loop and be able to tension now because there's just not enough string. So these last 3 weaves are gonna be pretty tough. So I'll do what you're doing, you like that. But you might have to just kind of go like this. And then when you reach halfway, you can pull it. And then continue the other half. Just make sure that, you know, you continue from the right, going over or under the right way. But again, you're still using the loop. You're not, yeah. Okay, well, you already did that one, so that's fine, but.
Oh, you mean like?
You're just doing one at a time. Yeah, like that, and you pull, and then just pull it through, because it's gonna be hard to weave. Or if you can weave a couple, that's fine, but but when you get stuck, then just pull the short end. Yeah, so you can just pull that short. And then just continue with the loop. Alright, so this is that hard weave that you gotta probably, yeah, so just pull the whole string through. And just loop it like one at a time. Yep. If you got to resort, this is like the last resort way of weaving, is to do it one at a time. Hopefully that thing will reach.
I don't think it will.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to use that bridge. The main thing is that when you clamp it, you don't want to clamp it, well, you want to clamp it somewhere in the middle of the string. And then you're gonna have to put these 2 strings inside of here, press the button and just let it pull it.
Okay.
So I'll let you do it. And again, you want to try and get it about where these eyelets are. Yeah. Yeah. So you just release the tension and then take that off. Yeah.
So now I tie my knot.
Yeah. Can you tell which hole it's gonna be?
That one.
So whenever you're done tightening that, you still want to make sure you're still just holding on to that as you release the string clamp. Yeah, so you hold on to that and then.
Does that look good?
Yep. Alright, so now you're going to go back to that first string and now you can tension it.
Do I take this clamp off?
Now, yeah, now you can take that off. Now that this is okay.
Yeah, that's
okay. Okay, but before you cut that, remember, before you release the knot, you still want to be able to hold on to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. remember how I told you to straighten out the strings? And the mains might not look like it's crooked, but I always just pull it out a little bit. So if you just, whichever hand, I guess probably your right hand is easier because it's stronger, but yeah, you would just pull it. But then when you get to the other side of the racket, yeah, maybe you can flip it around, and that way you can still use your right hand if it's a little bit stronger. Yeah. Okay, now when you do the crosses, because you're gonna use your right hand, it's probably easier if the racket's this way. And you can see how the strings are like crooked, like that way. So it's easier if you kind of use your hand like this and pull it that way. I did use that all, and I did that. It takes a little technique, and maybe that can be something you can use later. But for now, if you just use your fingers like that and kind of maybe just see what works. Yeah. But it's easier if you pull it down towards you. All right, well, Kira finally finished the racket after a little under an hour and a half. I did have to help a little bit, but she did a good job on the weaving. I noticed that her technique was a little bit smoother. What was different about today's stringing is that she had to actually start the crosses herself, and but that was a good experience for that. And then she did encounter some hard weaves where she had to modify her weaving, but that was good for her to experience all of that. So good job.
Thank you.
During this follow-up stringing, I allowed Kira to make mistakes, then I guided her through some problems she was having. Through this process, she learned that problems are simply solutions waiting to happen. Thanks for watching. Happy stringing.
And let your strings play.
So Kira, keep practicing your stringing skills. Before you know it, you'll remember everything you learned and realize how you have improved.